Okay. So in the last session we have seen, right, how to write your guidelines. That is what we have seen in the last session. And in today's session, in similar fashion, like we can write some eligibility rules, guys. Basically, these eligibility rules is going to help you to determine whether a particular employee is eligible for your compensation or not. Say if an employee, say if in your organization doesn't want to carry out the compensation review for a certain roles of your organization. Say your executives, your organization says that the executives are not supposed to be in this compensation cycle. So how we are going to exclude them? Basically, you will filter out them based on some certain criteria, whether their job level or their hire date. In fact, anything, guys, you can exclude them. So how you are going to do that is like you have to write the eligibility rules in your compensation module, guys. And these eligibility rules, again, they are specific to each template, guys. So whatever the eligibility rules you are writing, right, they are specific to the template that you are working on. Let me log into the system and show you where you will be able to write your eligibility rules. If you go to your administration tools and go to your compensation actions for all plans, and under the actions for all plans, go to your compensation template 2015 March is the one that we are currently working on. Go to plan setup. You can see here under the plan details, you see there is something called as eligibility. So this is the place where you are going to write your eligibility rules, guys. And let me open the compensation worksheet that we have launched to the Alan Thompson, and I'll show you like on which criteria that I'm going to write rules, so that you can clearly differentiate after writing and applying the rules. We can see that couple of employees are going to be ineligible for our compensation. Really? Hey, are you able to hear me, guys? Yeah. Hey, Motion.
Yes, Raghu.
Yes, Raghu.
Okay. Motion, might be it is some problem at your end, Motion.
Raghu, I cannot hear you.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me answer you.
Raghu, I cannot hear you. Have you started?
I can hear you.
Okay. So let me quickly verify, guys, what the current compensation worksheet that we launched at Alan Thompson is saying, so that I'll go ahead and write some couple of eligibility rules.
Background noise.
Yeah, I'll do that. 1 second, guys. Let me mute everyone. Okay. Sorry. And let me proxy into Alan Thompson's account here. So right now I'm in Alan Thompson's account, and if I go to the compensation module of Alan Thompson, and what it is, I guess this is the one, right? The V9.0 is the latest one that we launched during our last session. Let me go ahead and open that. So once you can see here, what I'm going to do is like, you see there are people, and my interest is like, I want to write a eligibility rule stating that employees with job level of AA should not be eligible for this particular compensation, guys. Let me repeat the requirement, guys. Employees with job level of AA. You can see the job level code you can see here. They should not be eligible for your compensation. So how you are going to write that particular rule is like if you go to your compensation administration tools and if you go to actions for all plans and go to the compensation plan template that we were currently working on, and if you go to the plan details, under the plan details go to the eligibility rules guys. Click on eligibility rules and you can see right now there are no eligibility rules that are currently defined under our template. So if you want to create a new rule, click on add rule and you can see on the bottom there is a section open. You can see rule name and conditions. You can just go ahead and apply those conditions here guys. Let me drag it up. Okay. And here you can see you will be able to add a rule. And what is the rule name? Let's say exclude AA job level from compensation. That is my rule. Okay. And what are the conditions? You can see here on which criteria that you are going to write the condition. And the condition is going to be say job level. Click on job level and you can see the job level field has been added here. And click on edit. This is the place where you are going to write the condition guys. And the condition is pretty simple guys. You can see the job level is the field that we selected. And what we are trying to do is like if job level is equal to AA is the job level code that I am interested, and click on done guys. Excuse me. Sorry guys. 1 second guys, still motion is not able to hear us. So let me go and add a rule. You can see right now how we are going to read this rule. Like this is the rule name and we wrote a job level is the criteria that we selected and we given if job level equal to AA. So what should happen here? You can see then you can see the population. This is the place where you are going to write what it has to do. If the job level is AA, what it has to do. You can see here whether right now you can see here everything is not applicable. And what I'm going to look is the moment I select no for the entire compensation is going to be no, which means that whenever the employee job level is AA, he is not eligible for any component of your compensation guys. Say that is not my case. They should be eligible for compensation, but some components, say employees with job level, they are eligible for the salary review, but they are not eligible for bonus or stock plan. You can see this is the condition which is going to address that. Say they are eligible for bonus but not for salary and not for stock. See, this is the condition that is going to address such requirement. And you can see all your components, different components that we added to the compensation worksheet. You will be able to see here guys. Even though these are not the standard ones which we added through the design worksheet option, you will be able to see all those things here. And say I want to make this particular guys with the job level of AA should not be eligible for my compensation at all. This is the condition that I'm going to apply guys. So this is the top level entity guys. The compensation means all the components under the compensation module are going to be ineligible. Let me save this rule.
Raghu,
Yeah, yes.
Raghu, can you click on the add rule once?
Add rule, okay. Yeah.
So these are the fields coming from our UDA file.
No, guys. These are the fields in your compensation module, and these are, you can see here, these on the left hand side, you can see these are the standard things coming from your UDF. It's not a UDF file, basically your employee details. And these side, you can see these are the custom employee details, like your department, division, location, hire date, country, job family. They are more of your profile, employee profile.
But where they are coming from? Is it from?
We add a more if we need there?
No. Where from these are coming? You are asking that question, right?
Yeah, first question is that one, yes.
See, the left hand side, we don't have any control, Srini. The left hand side, whatever you can see here, right? The first half, we don't have any control over that. They are the standard fields SuccessFactors is providing.
Yeah, that's correct. But where did the data is coming from?
No, here the data doesn't come, Srini. It is just a configuration we are defining, and the data is these rules are going to be applied on the employee's data now. When you click on apply, save and apply, right? That is when these rules are going to be applied on the employee's data.
Okay, got it. So again, if we want to add a company code,
yes.
So can we do that?
Yeah, you can do that. You can see here on the right hand side, this is what I'm telling you. All these are the custom columns that we added.
But this should be in a plan. So I don't want to display a company code for the managers to see in the compensation sheet, but I want to use that as an eligibility. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it. See, 1 second. Let me address like how you can do that. Let me look into it, Srini. It's a valid question.
No problem.
Yeah. Let me look into it. Yeah.
Normally we need eligibility can be totally different data, and the displaying will be totally different. And one more thing I have is like, you know, when you said you added the rule, and on the right side you're saying yes or no, those things, right? So a bonus for, you're saying that this rule is applied for the bonus. So the bonus can have a multiple plans, right? One can be for hourly employees, one bonus. Salespeople bonus, right? So the rules should be different. So I don't want this rule to be applied to all the plans under bonus, but I want only a particular plan. So where is that setting?
No. Yeah, you can see here, and then in that case, I got your question. You have different bonus plans, and each bonus plan should be categorized with a field as well, Srini. Then only you will be able to achieve your condition, whatever the condition you told me, right? You should have a column indicating that. Without that, your bonus rules are totally different and they are not accessible, or your bonus guidelines are totally different, which are not accessible in your eligibility rules engine, Srini.
Okay. So to be clear, so each comp sheet has only one plan, whether it can be one bonus plan, one merit plan, one stock plan, one lump sum plan. Is that right?
Need not be, Srini. You can have different conditions, like say your bonus should be differentiated based on your position, right? You can have different conditions.
Okay. So one plan and conditions can be different to each individual based upon the
Yeah, Raghu, this is Ray. The question is, I think for the guideline, we come up these fields, right? The way in SAP it is arranged, each feature has a structure. The structure has some number of fields. So similarly, like all the fields available for like the guideline, eligibility, different things, they all same across the platform, or is there anything pointer differentiating, okay, these fields only available here, these, something like that?
No, they are across the platform. The fields, right, whatever you are talking, they are across the platform, Ray.
Okay.
Yeah, they are available throughout your entire compensation module.
Okay, meaning if you try to do the add rule in another place, then like will the same thing will show up, or is there any more different things will show up? Like right now we are doing one section, right?
No. Okay. That's what you are asking. No, it is, see, it's all dependent, like, see, right now you are seeing these details, right? These details you are seeing here because these details are more relevant to write your eligibility rules. But if you go to your guidelines, right, you don't see this exact similar fashion. The fields are going to be varied there, Ray. You don't see the employee details over there.
Okay.
Yeah, it all depends on the context.
Let's say if I want to write a condition, okay, the employee needs to be active to be eligible. Last year, like a whole year, he need to be an active employee to get eligible next year for the bonus. You have only hire date. There is no end date there.
Yeah.
So to accommodate that, maybe if you once your employee central has a different scenario here, or like because only you have a hire day, maybe a greater than some condition you can add, but within a range, can we do that also with these data elements?
Yes, you can do that, Ray. If you see here, right, just to address your condition, let's say you want to write your rule on the hire date. You can see here, you can keep your range.
Okay.
Yeah. It all depends on like what field that we are taking, and again your context is going to make sense, like what kind of condition that you want to place. Say if all the employees who are active are at least who are active during previous year, like say 2014, they should be serving the company during starting from Jan of 2014 to 2015, then you can keep that condition here.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Raghu, how can you put that condition? Because let's say they are terminated now, right? So let's say in 2015 they are terminated, but they are active in 2014.
Yeah.
They are eligible for the bonus, let's say, right? So how do we include them over here?
See,
hire date is, anyone can have the hire date.
1 second. Yeah, let me address that. See, the moment you talk about termination in the SuccessFactors system, right, they become inactive, guys. So once you make them inactive, right, by default, you will not be able to see their details here. But yes, if you want to add them to your compensation, any of the component, right, you can add them forcibly. That's a manual activity.
By making them active?
Yeah, I know all the inactive employees, right, they are already inactive, but you want to add them to the compensation review worksheet. You can add them forcibly to your particular compensation worksheet, but by default they will not be available in any of the compensation worksheets, guys.
You mean like the eligibility override you can do on the comp worksheet, the way you do in a info type where you can manually override the eligibility.
Exactly, yeah, yes.
Apart from the configuration rules, you still can override that.
Yes, exactly. That is where like we will go ahead and manually add an employee to a particular compensation worksheet, guys. I'll show you that. I showed you, right, there are a couple of admin options available under the manage worksheets. That is the place where you can push employees manually to a particular compensation worksheet, guys.
Okay.
Hey, Raghu, this is Suman. So couple of questions.
Yeah, go ahead, Suman.
What category of employees will be treated as inactive in SF? Is that just
but see, you have this. Yeah, go ahead. Complete your question, Suman.
No, I mean in standard HCM we call the 4 categories, right? So active, inactive, termed, and retirees. So I mean in SF terminology, how do we categorize them?
See, SF with respect to the license perspective or to the status of the employee, right? Without employee central I'm talking about, guys. Yes, the moment any employee terminated or they are retired from the organization, you in this particular system, you in order to make use of your license, right, you'll make them as, or you'll set them as inactive, guys.
Okay.
That's the first thing that you are going to do in your SuccessFactors system.
Yeah, meaning the active equal to active and the remaining three statuses will be pointing to inactive.
Inactive status, yeah.
I believe active and inactive both will be treated as active in SuccessFactors, right? Or the other way? What?
No. Inactive is totally different, right? They are quite opposite. Active and inactive are
still valid employees, right? So
no. Inactive is he is no more an active employee or eligible employee in the system.
No, I mean, let's say as an example, if the person is went on a long-term leave or something, then we can make them as inactive or not eligible for any process. But
exactly.
if he's on a short-term leave or something during the leave, then he's still eligible, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he is an employee, but you can see when you take that particular time span, he is an inactive employee. He is no more contributing to the organization, or nothing is going to be like, no document is going to be pending with him, or no document is going to be raised with him in the SuccessFactors system.
So Raghu, just from the SAP point of view, normally the integration, what I have seen heard a lot of people, and what we do is any leave of absences or inactive people, we will feed the file as an active. So we converted them as an active. So I think that's what he's asking. So from the SAP point of view, the inactive or still active kind of a thing. So we make it normally an active and push it to the SuccessFactors.
No, actually, like in SuccessFactors, if we talk about leave of options, yes, we are going to keep the employee as the active status only case. We don't make the record as inactive. That is one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what exactly my question.
Okay, yeah. So in that case, no, it is only from a license perspective. If you want to save your license and if you want to utilize your license with respect to another employee, you are going to make the status of the employee as inactive. And the moment you make them as inactive, right, definitely it's just like an employee who terminated or who resigned to the organization, guys. But if you talk about special cases like long leave or he is on leave of options, yes, you are going to retain the license and you are going to make him as active.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the other question, Raghu, sorry, I don't want to hijack the.
Hey, no worries. Go ahead.
So on the job level, I think is that for every field we can have a range? Like the way the reason where I'm going is let's say we have the job IDs mapped to job family.
No.
I just want to.
You can see here. Yeah. The system is capable of determining what data type it is, and whether the range is applicable to this particular field that we have selected or not. It is capable of differentiating. You can see that when we take the date, right, date can be a range, but your job level, it's all discrete values, right? Whether it can be AA or executive or assistant administrator, it's all discrete, and that is the reason you can see it is telling that either it is equal to or not equal to.
No, I mean job level is fine, but I'm referring in case of job ID actually, job code technically speaking. So job codes are generally mapped to the job families.
Yes.
So for job code, if you can define such a range, and I just want to define on the job family, not at the job code level.
Let's see. I don't think so. It is all discrete, right? It doesn't give any range. You can see here, it doesn't give any range. No. You are talking about. I got your question now. 1 second. You are talking in the perspective of giving some number range to your job codes or job families, and you want to use that number range of the job code to differentiate this one, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, but on the job family level, because job families are very few in nature.
Yeah.
Job codes might be like maybe a few thousand.
Yeah. I got your question. Completely got your question. Yes, but that capability is not in your talent management system. I don't know, like is it Suma or Srini who is asking this question, but that capability is not in your talent management system, and that comes along with your employee central system, guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is Suma.
Yeah. Okay. You can have, we can have our own number range for any of this entity, whether it is your position or your job families or your anything like your organization or your workflows or your business location, anything, guys, location or legal entity, anything. You can have your own number range, and you can use that number range inside there is a new concept called as business rules engine, and that is where you are going to use these numbers to write your own conditions. It is more sophisticated than what we are seeing here, guys.
Raghu, one more question.
Yeah.
Like let's say the way we are seeing here rules is pretty GUI based.
Yeah.
But usually the comp guidelines are not that simple. Like there will be a lot of complex rules. will there any XML, like if you want to incorporate anything coding related, or this is the only option?
No, with respect to the guidelines, your budget calculations and your eligibility, we cannot go, and in fact, like there is no coding, guys. Even this XML adding fields or nothing, right? That doesn't help us with respect to these guidelines and these rules. We have to see whether you can incorporate everything in one compensation plan template, or if it is not possible, right, then we have to look back at the using 2 or more compensation plan templates.
Okay, come up with another plan so that to separate it out.
Exactly. Discrete, differentiate them based on their conditions and use those conditions to launch the compensation plan template to the corresponding planners.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Raghu,
Yep.
can you start, please? Because obviously we need to continue, please.
Hey, once again, no, they are valid. Like once again, it's not something like, guys. It is really adding value to our discussion. We cannot avoid that, Victor. Don't mind. But yeah, they're very much valid questions, right? You'll get a lot of experience with that. So let me keep it simple here, guys. You can see I'm going to exclude the AA job level from the all the employees whose job level is AA. They should not be eligible for my compensation, and none of the components inside the compensation module. I just created this rule. Let me save this, and you can remember, guys, you have to always apply this rule. Click on apply. Then only it will become active, and this you can use this rule across your compensation plan templates, guys. It is going to take some time to apply this rule. Let me go ahead and launch the compensation worksheet, and we'll verify whether this is working fine or not, guys. Let me verify the status of this job. You can see the last job that ran is the apply eligibility rules, and just now we launched the compensation plan template to all the compensation planner Alan Thompson. We are waiting for that, guys. You can see launch of your compensation worksheet is in progress. Let me refresh. It should be completed. Yeah, it completed, guys. Now, if you go here to Alan Thompson's account, and go to the compensation module, and you can see this is the one that we just launched, guys. V10.0 2015 March compensation V10.0 for Alan Thompson is the one that we launched. And do you remember, guys, one of the employee with AA job level used to be here, and if you look here, right, this is the previous one, guys. I didn't refresh it because I want to show you the difference. You can see Sherry Nielsen is the employee with the job level AA, which was there in the previous compensation worksheet that we have launched before applying these rules to the compensation worksheet, guys. But the moment I applied the eligibility rules and launched a new compensation worksheet, she is excluded from the compensation worksheet. And in fact, you can see right now you are seeing the salary component. And if you want to see the bonus, we excluded her from all the components of your compensation, guys. Your salary, bonus, and she is not eligible for any of those things. Right now you can see she is removed from your bonus, and she might be removed from your stock as well. You can see here she is not there. So that is how you are going to apply your eligibility rules, guys. It's pretty simple. Practice on all the different components, then you will be able to understand that, guys. And you can see here, whenever you are going, you wrote some rules here, right? Say you want to upload some data. say you applied these rules and everything looks good, but when you are going to load the data, say when you load the data means employee details might be changing, say his job level might have changed in the your core HR system, and you will be loading the data into the system. Because of that new data being loaded into the system, he might be ineligible, right? So all these things will be considered. The moment you load the data and launch a new compensation plan template, it will look at the current data of the employee and he will be automatically made as ineligible, guys. So those kind of things you can probably test it. I showed you like how to create a field and how to import the data into that particular field from your UDF file. In the same fashion, try to keep one more condition like executives. All the executives should be ineligible for your compensation or one of the component of your compensation, and try to upload the data with making some of these employees job level as executive, guys, EXEC. You will be able to achieve that, guys. Any questions, guys, so far whatever we have discussed?
Yeah, a quick question, Raghu. I think the way we are demonstrating, is there any further step after this? Like, okay, this is the salary, this is the bonus, and all individual information we are saying.
Yeah.
Then will this data will be transferred to their employee, like a
compensation statement?
Yeah,
yes,
this will be saved to their individual.
Exactly. Yes. And yeah, each individual file is going to be launched on their views. I'll show you like where you will be able to launch that. Employees will be able to see at their compensation statement in the SuccessFactors system itself, Ray. I'll show you like that is at the end of the compensation module. I'll show you that, Ray.
Okay.
Yeah, we can design our own compensation plan template, compensation statement template, sorry guys. And you can launch the compensation statement template, whatever you design, right, for all the employees that you are interested, and they will be able to see their compensation details in a PDF file from their employee profile views. Okay,
thank you.
Yeah, okay.
What are these adjustments?
What it is?
Adjustment. Have you seen this merit lump sum adjustment? What we use for these adjustments? Have you seen the thing in pink here?
See, it's all your different components of your compensation, Tasneem. The other day, it is the same question, right? So your compensation doesn't only carry your salary, right? It can have a number of things. Say your salary is already, your employer is giving maximum amount that is permissible across your organization, but still you are doing really good in your organization. How you should be compensated? You should be compensated by giving some lump sum amount to you during that particular period. So you will be given some fixed amount or fixed dollars. Instead of increasing your salary, right, he will give you some fixed amount. That usually goes into your lump sum category.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about these adjustments? I am considering adjustments.
Pardon?
After lump sum, have you seen these adjustments?
I don't know like why we kept that, but probably like some custom field or something we just added over there. Tasneem.
Okay, actually I have a confusion with this adjustment. I barely use this adjustment.
No. And okay. So try the eligibility rules, guys, based on different criteria and selection. Then you will be able to know that how it works. And the next thing that we are going to work is the proration, guys. So proration, what is your proration? Prorating is a concept which will allow your employees to be paid for the portion or the time period that they served the organization, guys. During a particular compensation period, whatever the time slot that they served the organization, if you want to provide compensation review only for that particular portion, yes, you can use something called as proration in your SuccessFactors system, and you will be able to do proration in several fashions, guys. I'll show you like what are the different ways you will be able to do that. But that's the concept of your proration. Rather than providing compensation review as 100%, which is equivalent to all the other employees who are serving the organization for a long time, a new hire should be prorated as per the date of hire, or you want to flat prorate them, you can do that as well. So with respect to proration, where you will be doing your configuration is if you go to your administration tools. If you go to your administration tools compensation module, go to your compensation module, 2015 March, and here you can see under the plan setup, you can see here, if you see under the settings, there is an option called as a salary proration, right? And you can see if you want to enable your proration, the first thing is like you have to select this particular checkbox, guys. You see here, select this checkbox, and the moment you select this checkbox, you can see there are two options being populated here. One is the date criteria, another is the percentage criteria. And so what is these two things? Why you are seeing two different options? And again, when you select a date, right, you see here there is some date range available here, or whether you can see here there is some higher date available here, and you can see otherwise if you want to use enter proration start date and end date from the user data file, yes, you can do that. So what are these different criteria? Let me show you each one at a time. Say the criteria with respect to date based proration. With the moment you select a date based proration, right, this allows you to specify the start date and end dates of the compensation planning period. So with respect to the proration, say your usual compensation cycle might be starting from Jan to December. Again, you have to provide the dates here in the proration dates, and once you provide the proration date here in the start date and end date, you have to provide the employee hire date. Now this employee is going to be prorated based on the hire date, and say you don't want to prorate him based on the hire date but you want to prorate based on the proration start date and end date in the user data file. So instead of using the hire date, right, say an employee might be serving the organization, he might be in the organization for quite some time, but in this particular compensation period, only for the first 6 months, he might be in a particular position or he might be working in a particular division. So he should be prorated with respect to that particular time period inside that particular division or under that particular compensation planners. In that case, you have to import your date range from which date to which date he served that particular division or department. So those dates you are going to upload for a corresponding employee using this UDF file. Okay, and the other thing you can see here, the percentage. The percentage is nothing but, you can see it's a flat percentage that you are going to load. You will determine what kind of proration that should be given to the employees based on some criteria. It is offline of your SuccessFactors system. You are going to determine some percentage and you are going to load that percentage into the system using your UDF file. Using your user data file, you are going to load that into the system, and that percentage is going to be applied as a proration percentage to the employees, guys. And let me select this.
So, Raghu, so that percentage will be applied again.
Let me select. Pardon, guys.
So that percentage will be applied against the guideline percentage?
Yes, your guideline might be telling you give him 30K as a salary increase or merit, but you might not be in the organization for 12 months. You might be in the organization only for 6 months. Then ideally say you should be prorated 50%. Then ideally you will get 15K as your merit, guys. That is what it is.
So I know you said it's a salary proration. Do we have an option to prorate based upon the guideline percentage?
No, it is automatically going to be applied on the guidelines only. Let me show you on let me take one notepad. Okay. Just a second, guys. Say your salary is 100K per annum. Okay. And say your guidelines are telling that, say you got 5 out of 5 and your guidelines has been written in the organization stating that all the employees who got 5 performance rating out of a scale of 5 should be given a merit of 50K. Okay, so 50,000. Then say you are in the organization for starting from Jan to December. Say I am the new hire who joined the organization sometime in July and I am there in the organization till end of December. Say you will get here as a merit guideline states that 50K. Yes, you will get 50K as your merit component. Okay, but I am the guy who might got like 5 out of 5 same as to you, but I am in the organization only from July to December. In that case, you see the guideline tells 50K as my merit, but the proration has been applied whenever you apply the proration, right? Ideally, you are in the organization only for the 50% of your compensation period. Then you will get only the 50% of merit, whatever you are talking, or 50% of the bonus, or 50% of your lump sum, whatever it may be, guys. So in that case, you can see here, I am eligible, or I am going to get only 25K. And yes, if my compensation planner wants to override this, yes, he can do that. But the system suggests you, or the default value that you see in under my merit is 25K. Does it make sense, guys?
Yeah, that's good. So can you display this prorated percentage as a different column?
Yes, I'll show you.
Okay. And another one, I just want to add a little bit more on this one. So you said that 10,000 USA per annum, right?
Yeah.
So let's say that instead of 50,000 USD, our guidelines is in terms of percentage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of 50,000, let's say 10%.
Yeah.
So if it's 10%, and if an employee has a different kind of, one is a salary, another one he's making some extra money, let's say. So can the proration only applied for a salary and not for the other amounts?
No, you can make the proration apply to all the components as well, guys. Your salary proration is the default thing, but if you want to apply it to other components, yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. If it is clear, yes, this is the concept where nothing is there with respect to your proration. Like you are going to prorate, basically you are applying a percentage over that. 100% your compensation, but as per your guidelines of your organization or as per the rules of your organization, you are going to cut share some percentage. That's it. Say you want to do your date based proration and you want to do your hire date based on the hire date. Let's say my compensation period, I'm defining my compensation period is from starting from Jan 1st of 2014 to December 31st of 2014. And 1 second, guys. Okay, and the hire date is going to come from your UDF file, guys. If you remember, guys, the hire date is going to come from your UDF file. Let me save this. Okay, and what I'm going to do is like I define the guidelines, right? What next thing I'm going to do is like I'm going to upload the data to see clearly differentiate these things, right? I'm going to upload the data with hire dates in between of your 2014 for a couple of employees, and then we'll verify their salary changes, guys. whether the salary has been changed or not, we'll verify that. And before that, what I'm going to do is like I'm going to remove this these eligibility rules, guys, because it is making couple of people as ineligible, right? I'm going to delete or inactivate this particular eligibility rules in my organization, guys, or in my compensation worksheet. Okay. There should be something. Yeah, here it is. Let me know, guys, if you are not able to follow or if you need some additional inputs from my side, please let me know, because these are like pretty interesting. At the same time, you should be able to incorporate your requirements into the success factor system, guys.
Raghu, this is Smita here. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Raghu, so I just want to know where exactly do you apply this percentage of this proration for bonus or for anything else? Like
I'll talk about it. That is the reason I ask you to refer to the documentation. Documentation will give you like 100% like all these scenarios or how to change all those things. But I'll show you, Smita.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. 1 second, guys. Okay. So I have to download the UDF file along with the compensation details. That is the thing that I'm going to do. Go to your 1 second, guys. Sorry. Go to your actions for all plans and export the existing data, and along with their compensation details. 2015 is the one that we are currently working on. Export this data. $261 is the one, guys. I'm just going to change the hide dates, guys. Sure motion. Sharon Wilson is one of the employee, guys. What happened? What happened is 1 second, guys. Yeah, yes, motion. I don't know, guys, why Control F is not working to find some particular employee here. No worries. Let me search for Sherry Nielsen. I'm just going to change the dates for at least 1 or 2 employees so that we can see the differentiation in the salary, guys. Okay, Sharon Nielsen, you can see. What I'm going to do is like I'm going to make her hire date as like sometime in between of 2014. Okay. And let me take one more employee as well, guys. Marla Gibbs. I'm just taking Marla Gibbs and I'm keeping her hire date as like sometime in August 2014. These are 2 changes that I'm doing, guys. Okay. And let me save this particular file. Okay. I'm going to import this data into the system, guys. You can see, let me import this file, employee data import. 261 is the file that we were talking about, and click on specify compensation form updation. And the other one that I told you, right, just few minutes back, your eligibility rules the moment you keep your eligibility rules and if you upload some data, new data into the system, and those rules should be automatically applied without changing your compensation worksheet, without relaunching your compensation worksheet. If you want to make some employees ineligible because of their data change, yes, you can see you have to select this particular option, guys. And same is the case, you can see if you want to, because of your employee changes, if you want to update your budget, yes, you can do that using this update app. You have to select these checkboxes here. Otherwise, the data that you are going to load will not be reflected onto your compensation worksheet. So until unless this data is going to be reflected onto your compensation worksheet, the latest data you will not be able to see on the compensation worksheet, and that is the reason none of your rules or your eligibility rules or your guidelines or your budget calculations, it doesn't impact. N number of times if you load your data also, it doesn't impact your until unless you go ahead and select this, the compensation plan template that you are currently working on, and you have to select these associated checkboxes here, guys. So I'll show you once so that you can try the rest of those things, guys. I'll show you one, guys, no worries. And the one that we are talking about is 2015 March compensation plan template, and I'm going to import the file into the system, guys. The file has been imported into the system, guys. It will take 1 or 2 minutes, guys. Let me go ahead and let me launch this compensation worksheet, guys. Just a minute, guys. Let me verify if this is really completed or not, because that makes difference, guys, whether we see the changes or not. The processing of your UDF file import into the system should be completed by the time we launch it. Otherwise, it will capture the old data and we don't see any difference in the proration, guys. Let me check. Monitor jobs. Yeah, you can see here employee import has been done, and so we are good to go ahead and launch it. Let me launch it, guys. It's in progress, guys. Okay. Let me verify it by proxy into Alan Thompson's account. If I go to the compensation module here, and V11 is the one that we just launched it, guys. And if you notice, guys, you can see here, your proration is being displayed here. So you are not 100% prorated. You can see here, the other employees, right now you can see Sherry Nilsson and Marla Gibbs is the dates are we have changed it, right? So only for those two employees it has been impacted. You can see here. So based on that, your merit or what are the guidelines that you kept override, they are going to impact you guys. Okay, and you can see right now as we excluded their merit, you can see here their budget has been changed. Earlier it was showing us 0% and we are not utilizing anything. It went up to negative, guys. I'll tell you our budget calculations in a minute, but yeah, bonus salary, okay, no extra. And this is one way how you upload your or how you achieve your proration based on the hire date of your employee, guys. Say if I don't want to do that, my HR says that they have their own calculations and they says that yes, these employees should be prorated at this particular percentage. So how you are going to achieve that is like you have to upload the data, the percentages, whatever the HR is going to give you or your client is going to give you. You have to upload the data using the UDF file, and in order to do that, before you upload the data using the UDF file, you have to change your configuration stating that you are going to upload you are doing a percentage based proration and you are going to upload the proration percentages from your UDF file. You have to tell that, but you have to configure the system in such a fashion, guys. If you go to here, right, so go to your percentage based proration and you can see here, this is what I am going to do. So where from this percentage is coming is, I'll show you. Let me save this.